I met Mike a lot of years ago, 6-7 years ago, and I saw a advertisement for a project, a property that I wanted to buy. And I called him and Mike says, well, what really do you want? Do you want this little small piece of land that we have for sale? Or do you want to learn about something bigger? He knew that my aspirations were to get into larger multifamily. And he took me down to a property in Ogden a couple days later after I met him and showed me a little house that was old, run down. And he says, this is the future. And I didn't know what he meant at first. And talking to him, he painted this picture of this little house. We were gonna tear it down and build a 36-plex in Ogden. And a little over a year later, we had tore the house down and had built a 36-unit brand new apartment complex, something I never thought that I would even have the opportunity to do or know how to do or have the knowledge to do. There's nobody else in my life that I have that is around me that pushes me to grow and to learn like Mike does. He has got such a gift, a unique gift in not only learning, but listening, and then taking some of those things that I had wanted out of my life, learning how to do multifamily and really expounding upon those. Nobody else, even to this day, Mike is the only one that's really challenged me to get out of my comfort zone. And it wasn't even just our real estate portfolio that has grown over that time. It's our business, it's our relationships, just about everything that I do in my life, I can really attribute to having that person in my corner pushing me to grow. Accountability. Everything that we do, we've got to be accountable. And that really starts deep within, looking at yourself and asking yourself, where can you improve? Just making the commitment to come to this is one of those steps, but also you can't stop there. You got to keep going. And everything that we've learned this weekend, it's about accountability, how we can grow, in what ways we can address our weaknesses and turn those weaknesses into positives. And again, I look at it and it's about team building. And this is such a wonderful place to build that team, forge those relationships, and get me out of the comfort zone that sometimes I find myself in. And biggest takeaway is I know I can do more. I want more. Getting the education, being around all of these people, these great, tremendous leaders and business owners, it makes you want to do more. So you leave asking yourself, okay, where can I improve and in what ways can I improve? If you were to look at the notes, the amount of notes that I'll take over these 2.5 days, tremendous amount of notes. And I'm going through and I'm reading those this morning. And there's just so many items that I need to address this. I need to address that. I love the challenge of finding ways to grow and finding ways to improve. This event is centered around growth. I love to be pushed to grow. I love to be pushed to learn more, find and identify those weaknesses. And this is really a group of people that all come together knowing that there's a lot of things that we don't know, but we also want to leverage relationships. And Mike is so good at being able to leverage those relationships while bringing a huge benefit to the people that he partners with. And just having the opportunity to partner, he didn't have to bring me into a 36-plex in Ogden. He had the money, he had the knowledge to do it himself, but he has more enjoyment, gets more enjoyment out of teaching somebody the process. And I think subsequently, he loves seeing me do this on my own. Years down the road, we have a project that we're building, and he has been the biggest contributor and cheerleader and such a positive influence with that. And I truly think that that's what separates him from anybody else I've ever worked with in the past. He truly cares about the outcome, he cares about the person, he cares about the process, and he cares about educating people all along the way. I mean, I could go on and on forever. I'm not in this position if it wasn't for him, and I cannot stress just how grateful I am to be in this position. My family's in such a better spot because of him. He doesn't have to do this. He doesn't have to do the cabin retreats. He's sacrificing his weekend and his Saturdays, his Sundays to be with us. And it just goes to show just how much he truly cares about teaching people. If anybody is on the fence with this process, with the company, with Mike, call me. I would love to give them a firsthand experience, because there's no better indicator of what someone is like to work with than talking to people that have worked with them. And the reason why I keep going to every one of these retreats and every one of the seminars and these opportunities, it's because these are opportunities to learn and to grow. And it's difficult to put yourself in a position of vulnerability. I understand that. I understand that perhaps better than anybody. But putting myself in that position has pushed me to so much growth that I don't recognize the person, the processes, the people I was even surrounded with just 5 years ago, from when I was really introduced with Mike and we really started that. He has pushed me to grow and develop in every single aspect. And I would strongly encourage anybody to get involved in any way, shape, or form.